Hello everyone, my name is Kimmy Jane and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to get into today's topic, which is how to look elegant every single day on a budget. And before we go any further, I just want to thank all of you for leaving your very lovely and encouraging comments on my recent videos. It means the absolute world to me. Now, in order to look elegant every single day, I believe that the steps that we take need to be practical, they need to be simple, and they obviously need to be budget friendly in order for them to become habits that we build into our day-to-day routines. So I've selected 9 ways that you can look elegant every single day without breaking the bank or taking up too much of your time. Oh, and before I forget, if you are enjoying my videos, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you never miss a video. The first tip I'm going to share is to always keep your shoes clean. Now, I know you might not have thought that this would be the first tip that I'm going to share, but it's because shoes are often overlooked. It's usually the last item we put on before we race out the door, and it's the first thing we kick off when we get home. So when I'm talking about keeping our shoes clean and tidy, I'm talking about keeping them free from scuff marks, from dirt, from dust, from having really dirty, discolored shoelaces, and wearing boots or heels where the sort of rubber bit at the end of the heel of the boot has actually just come off. And trust me, even the most expensive and elegant looking outfit can be totally ruined with some scuffed up or dirty shoes. Now, a really easy way to keep your shoes looking polished and clean is just by going over them with a makeup wipe. So sometimes I will get one of my makeup wipes and I will just go over my white sneakers to keep them white, but I've used it on other shoes and boots as well when I've picked up just a bit of dust or like a tiny bit of mud as I've been like walking around outside. Another hot tip is your shoelaces. You can either replace them or you can just throw them in the wash to bring them back up to that nice bright color that you had when you probably first bought them. If you wear leather shoes or you have leather boots, you just need to buy some shoe polish in the same color as the boot or very close to that color, and that's a way that you can sort of mask where you have scuff marks on your boots or on your leather shoes. Oh, and another tip is to wear a pair of flats, like a cheap pair of flats when you're driving instead of your really expensive shoes. And the reason I say this is that you may have noticed that sometimes the back, especially if you wear heels, the back of your high heels can end up losing the leather or the pleather from the wear and tear from when your heel has been touching against the floor of your car when you've been using the pedal. And it was a tip that I got in a newsletter once and I have never forgotten it. So if you do have a pair of shoes that you really don't want to destroy, I recommend maybe keeping a pair of flats in your car so you can drive in flats and save your shoes for your destination. So the next tip to look elegant every day is to wear a monochrome outfit. So by wearing a monochrome outfit in a neutral color like all black, navy, white, or like a dark brown, it's just a really easy, fast-tracked way to look really polished and put together. Another benefit of going for a monochrome top and pant or skirt combo is that it can make you look a little bit taller, and without much effort, you just look really put together and sophisticated. You can use really simple items that you may already have in your wardrobe, like a black top and black pants. Maybe you have a white shirt or a white top, you could pair it with a white skirt or a white pair of jeans, and so forth. Now, when you wear a monochrome outfit, you don't have to be top to toe monochrome. So what I mean by this is, wearing a monochrome top and pants, that's enough to give you an overall sophisticated and clean cut look or like a very polished look, but it doesn't mean that your hat and your scarf and your bag and your shoes and your coat all need to be the same color, because sometimes that can look a little bit over the top. So feel free to add a pop of color with your cardigan or your jacket or your shoes. The main thing is it's just a tip. Like wearing a monochrome outfit, it's just like a trick to looking like very, matchy-matchy. It looks very elegant, and it's just like an easy way that you can look great when you get ready to go out the door without having to put a ton of thought into matching particular items in your wardrobe to create this amazing look. I think it's like the lazy girl's guide to looking elegant. So the next tip I'm going to talk about is having well manicured nails. It is so important to take care of our nails and our hands because it really is something that people notice about us. Often we use our hands when we are explaining things or when we're talking to people. We hand over our card, when we're paying for things, and people will notice your hands in that instance as well. So it is something to keep in mind. Now, I'm not suggesting that you have to go out and have a super expensive manicure. In fact, I always do my own nails at home and I prefer it. Now, right now I do have my nails professionally done, but that's just because I got married a couple of weeks ago, so I just wanted to have them done for the wedding. But unless I have a very special event, I always do my own nails, and you can too. So all you really need in your at-home salon kit is seriously just a pair of nail cutters, a cuticle cutter, a nail file, maybe something to push your cuticles back, and then just some clear nail polish or like a nice nude color or like a red. And I find that this routine honestly only takes me about 20 minutes from start to finish. And I usually do it in front of the TV streaming YouTube videos. And I find it's a really nice, relaxing activity, and I do it at the end of a day. Now, I would definitely opt for a more nude or sheer color because obviously nail polish does tend to chip a lot faster than acrylic nails or S&S. But what I've found is when I wear a nude nail polish color, you don't tend to notice those initial tiny chips at the end of your nails. So I find you can get a little bit more wear out of them, but it is true, you'll probably find yourself doing them maybe more than once a week. That being said, I still find it less time consuming because if you account for the time you spend driving to a nail salon, finding a park, having an hour to an hour and a half appointment, and then driving back, it can honestly take up about 2 to 2.5 hours of your day. So I just find a quick 20-minute session is much more pleasurable and enjoyable to me personally. But if you do prefer and you have the time to go and have your nails done professionally, then I would again stick to more neutral colors. There's nothing wrong with having a pop of color, but that way you're likely to have your nails match all of the outfits you're going to wear over the next couple of weeks before your follow-up nail appointment. My next tip for looking elegant every single day is to accessorize. It honestly blows my mind what a difference it makes wearing earrings versus not wearing earrings. Just adding a few touches like a bracelet, a watch, a necklace, a pair of earrings, or like a scarf or a belt. I mean, not all at once, but you get the idea. But just adding these little finishing touches just totally elevates your outfit and your appearance. My absolute favorite accessories to elevate an outfit would definitely be a pair of earrings and a belt because these items are really cheap and inexpensive and they just add such a lovely touch to your outfit, and it's also another way to add a bit of personality into what you're wearing. Now, you don't need to wear every single accessory known to man, and as I mentioned just a second ago, my go-to would always be a lovely pair of earrings and a belt, and I find that this combo usually elevates even the most basic of outfits like a pair of jeans and a white shirt. And if you want to go that step further, even adding like a little neck scarf like I have here, or even tying a little scarf in your ponytail or over your bun, adding a handbag and so forth, just can transform those everyday outfits to be a lot more elegant and feminine. And I just want to reiterate here that your jewelry, your scarves, and all those accessories, they really don't need to be expensive. Even Coco Chanel herself wore costume jewelry because she saw it as more of a way to experiment, and she didn't really see the point in wearing uber expensive jewelry. And she wore fake pearls and costume jewelry, I think, her whole life. So I guess we can all take a leaf out of Coco Chanel's book, and that is just to have fun with it. The next tip I'm going to share about looking elegant every day is hair. I mean, taking care of your hair. Because even the most elegant of outfits, unfortunately, can be ruined by really frizzy and or unkept hair. It really makes like a night and day difference between like whether you do your hair or have it styled or you have it back neatly versus just waking up, you know, having frizzy, I mean, my hair looks pretty good now, but when I first wake up, my hair does not look like this. But yes, having like untamed, sort of unruly, for lack of a better word, hair, it can just ruin your outfit. So if you're like me and you're not genetically blessed with perfectly straight silky hair or lovely ringlets and so forth, then I have some tips for you. Now, I don't know about you, but I do not have time every single day to get up and give myself a blowout or curls or whatever. So something that I found that has been a bit of a game changer is heatless curling ribbons. So a heatless curling ribbon, it's literally kind of what it sounds like. You clip the top part here and you just curl your hair around it and then tie it off with some scrunchies on either side. I can add a picture somewhere here. And you can do it with really long hair, you can do it with shorter hair, and you literally just sleep in it. And I don't find them uncomfortable. I'll just tend to I sleep on my side, so I'll just sort of move the ribbon sort of to the back of my head so it doesn't get in my way. And then when you wake up, you just take out the ribbon, shake out your curls, and you're good to go. Now, one thing I'll say is if you want them to last the whole day, and I don't know if anyone else does this, but I actually spray my hair when it's like tied up in the curling ribbon with hairspray, and I sleep in that. I don't know if that's really good for my hair or not, I'm not too sure, but I just find that then the next day the curls are really set because I have very thick hair and I recently had a haircut, so maybe it doesn't look that way, but I just find that curls fall out of my hair like that. So putting hairspray in seemed to help me. And another option, if you have shorter hair or you don't like the idea of curling your hair overnight, is just to simply put your hair back in an elegant ponytail or a bun. And a way to make this sort of look a little bit more elevated is by buying a hairband that has like a nice gold or silver bit of jewelry or hardware, just to add a point of interest to your outfit and also just to make your ponytail or your bun just look a bit more beautiful. And another way you can add just an extra layer of spice is by taking a silk scarf like the one I'm wearing right now and simply tying it over your ponytail or over your bun. Maybe this would be a little too extra for the workplace, I'm not sure, but definitely on weekends, this is a really nice way to accessorize your hair. Oh, and before I forget, you can also wear your hair half up and half down. So I usually do this on the days where I can't be bothered to straighten my hair or try and tame the beast, so to speak. So by wearing it half up, I'm able to brush the top part so that it looks very sleek and tidy, and then the rest of it can kind of fall where it falls, but at least half of my hair is a bit more tamed, and I find that it actually adds like a lot of softness around my face. So that's a good option for you if you find that a sleek ponytail or a sleek bun is a bit too severe for your features. I think the half up, half down is a really good compromise. My next tip for looking elegant every day is to steam your clothes before you wear them. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this tip because it's very straightforward. Now, I bought a really cheap $17 steamer and I've had it for 2 years and it's honestly doing so well. And it's really easy to use. I prefer it to ironing. I just find it more enjoyable for some reason. Maybe it's because it's a novelty, even though I've been using it for 2 years. I just find that I don't have to worry about damaging my clothes as much when I use the steamer, because I know that sometimes if you iron certain fabrics, especially things like polyester, it can make it go really shiny and can ruin certain materials. So I always feel a bit safer when I'm just steaming my clothes, and that's a great way to get rid of, you know, crinkles and creases, because sometimes when you hang things over a coat hanger and then you go to wear it, it can have a bit of a line where it's been hanging over the coat hanger, like a skirt or like a pair of pants or something. So a quick steam is just a great way to get out any crinkles and creases and make sure you look 100% polished before you walk out the door. Okay, my next tip is to make sure that your clothes are free from any little stains, little holes, maybe missing buttons, loose threads, and basically anything that is distracting. If you have like little loose threads on your clothing, you can just cut them off. If you find that you're missing a button in your cardigan or a blazer, hopefully you've saved the spare that it came with and you can just re-sew it on, or if not, you could always order an extra button or see if the local tailor can fix it for you. So basically, if your clothes have little things that need a fix, then by all means repair them. But I think if you have clothes that are beyond repair, maybe it's like there's a hole in your clothes, or I don't know, maybe it's got a massive stain that, you know, you've washed your top 3 times, the stain's not coming out. Clothes like that, for me personally, I tend to now just get rid of them, as in throw them away, because I know the feeling where you want to hold on to those items just in case you have like no laundry and you need it just in case you have nothing to wear. It's like you just keep it there as a backup option. But that is a false economy. That is a trap, because what will happen is, because you know it's there, you will put your laundry off, and then lo and behold, you'll have to reach for that top and it will look, you know, not very elegant because it might have, you know, a little hole or stain or something. Whereas if you just throw it away, then your brain knows you don't have that backup option, so you're just gonna have to be a bit more on top of your laundry. And honestly, when you look polished, it can really help you feel confident, because there is nothing worse than being out with colleagues or friends or in any public setting and then looking down and noticing, you know, like a stain or like a tear or a hole or a missing button. It can make you feel kind of embarrassed, and it can kind of knock your confidence a little bit in public, you know, public settings. So that's why I just think if it's something you can repair it, but if it's beyond saving, it might be time to part ways. The next way to look a little bit more elegant every day is by adding a touch of makeup. Now, I just want to say that I do not feel that we need to wear makeup every day at all. In fact, I rather like not wearing makeup, especially if I'm not leaving the house. But if you do want to look elegant and polished every day, then yes, adding a little bit of makeup can add a little bit of pizzazz to one's appearance. Now, funnily enough, having really heavy and over-the-top makeup can have the opposite effect of looking elegant. So when I talk about just adding a touch of makeup, I'm really just talking about a few key products that can just give your face, you know, a little bit of glamour, but it's also quite subtle and not really overdone. So my top products that I use for just that, you know, day-to-day elegant makeup look is really just a sunscreen. Always need sunscreen. Then I use like a BB cream, a little bit of blush and bronzer. I use a eyebrow gel with a bit of color in it, and a mascara, and I think that's literally it. It's about 5 products, and that's all you need. And I'll just pop the difference on the screen. I filmed myself before and after adding those products just so you can see the difference. And obviously there's nothing wrong with going makeup free. I do it quite often actually, but I do feel that when I do add a touch of makeup, I probably feel a little bit more confident, and sometimes I thank myself for wearing it when I've, you know, been called into a random meeting, or maybe I have to jump on a video call and I'm like, oh, I'm glad I bothered to put makeup on today because I wasn't predicting these certain things to pop up in my day. So I just find sometimes it's just more convenient if I do it at the beginning of each working day. That way I know that I'm prepared for whatever the day has to throw my way. And last but not least, to looking elegant every single day is to be polite. Because being elegant isn't just about our external appearance, it actually has a lot to do with how we treat others. To be truly elegant is actually to be kind, it is to be courteous, and it is to be conscious of others and how we impact those around us. Even just remembering really simple things like saying our pleases and thank yous, saying pardon instead of what, and swapping phrases like can I have to may I have are just some simple ways to make others feel respected, which is the ultimate way to be seen as an elegant lady. Even things like when you're at a restaurant, it's polite if you want to pour yourself a glass of water to pour everyone else's glass before your own and pouring your glass at the very last. Or things like offering up your seat for a pregnant woman on public transport. I mean, I could really go on, and the list, yes, it is endless, but just remembering to always be polite and courteous is a great way to truly be seen as an elegant woman. And it literally costs you nothing but kindness. Thank you so much for watching today's video. What did you think of my tips on looking elegant every day? Did you agree with them? Did you disagree? Did you think I missed something? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. And if you do have any suggestions for future videos that you would like me to cover, please comment them below because I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.